hey guys, I'm just gonna give you a quick heads up what's gonna happen here. Today I had my friend Kevin, whom I used to work with for quite a while, come and visit me. So we ended up talking a little bit more about the sci-fi universe of Alien, as well as mega corporations, and more specifically, sorry, about the Weyland-Yutani universe, such as how you would live being an employee for Weyland-Yutani. Now, we did talk for quite a while. Originally, this was supposed to be for a podcast, but we ended up, talking about so many things. And near the end, this is what you're going to be hearing soon. The last part is basically what I feel was most productive and something that really stood out. It was a whole, hey, what would happen if you were an employee at Weyland-Yutani and an alien came out? So think of it more as a alien isolation type of scenario. And yeah, it was really, really fun to deal with it. It was really fun to hear about it as well. And honestly, really enjoyed it. So I wanted to share with you guys, and here you go. Enjoy. Okay, let's talk about you. If you were in the alien universe, what job would you want, except being a corporate dick? Because of course, that would be heaven. That would be heaven. You get to walk around, tell people what to do, and yeah, like put on a fake smile and get paid a lot.
I would probably be the guys like a scientist. And
You do know scientists don't have a good track record in the alien universe. Just saying.
So I'd be the one that study them, all the xenomorphs. So in the end, I'm not the one that's gonna get killed by them.
I don't think you've ever played any Alien versus Predator, like the 2011 game or something like that. You know,
They all die, but
they all die, that's for sure. Because have you seen Alien Resurrection, Kevin? Have you had the chance to see Alien Resurrection?
no.
Okay, well, I'll show you a clip later on, but let's just put it that way. Being a scientist, I don't know, if the debate between being in the colonial marine and the scientist in this universe, like, I feel like these are the two number one casualties. You know, getting too close to the creature or getting the creature too close to you. all right, okay, so let's put it this way. So we were talking earlier about Alien Resurrection. No, sorry, Alien Isolation. So in Alien Isolation, there is the space station, Sevastopol, I think, or something like that.
Yeah.
And there's an alien outbreak, basically. So for those that don't know, spoiler, please ignore the next 20 seconds. But in the game itself, you're being haunted by an alien. There's an alien that's walking around haunting people. When you land in that space station, they tell you that there's a serial killer. They don't know. Like, half the people don't know what's going on, and the other half don't care. They just want to leave. All right? And spoiler alert, again, at the end of the game, you realize that there wasn't one alien. There was a bunch of aliens. Because while I was playing this game, I was like, God damn, this guy must really like me because he's constantly haunting me. Then I realized that was like 6 different aliens, man. 7, 8, 10, I don't care.
Yeah, because you never get to kill them, so.
Yeah, exactly. You don't get to kill him, so you can't make the assumption that, you know what, he's dead. That's it. The game would be over. You know?
That would be a good ending.
That would be a good ending. Imagine you kill the game.
Killing it. All victory dance and clip.
That's it. So in this game, basically, you're being haunted by an alien, but spoiler alert again, it's multiple aliens that are haunting you. Except that some, like the first alien, he probably saw you once and then effed off. You never saw him again. So that's the thing. So let's talk about that scenario real quick. So you're in a space station. Okay, you're in a space station, Kevin, and you're hearing these things. You're hearing people disappear. All right. So for this argument, let's stick to the original movie that only had one. In this situation, it's also going to be one, just one.
Okay.
Okay. Space station has give me a number. How many people you think will live in that space station?
1,000.
Okay, I don't think he knows how to count people, so let me just give him a bigger number. So 1,000. Well, actually, no. Think about it this way.
It depends on the space station.
Yeah, okay. Because remember in the first movie, the ship was huge, and there were like 7 people.
Yeah, but no.
It was huge.
No, not the transport ship. It was not that huge. And it was a mining ship, so of course it's huge.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
To keep everything.
You need the space, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You need the storage.
Storage. There you go.
But when they land at Nostradamus, the name of the space station.
Yeah. You know, let me just Google that real quick. So
Nostradamus.
Nostradamus.
I thought it was that, but it seemed like the guys that just.
Yeah, I think I have it here. Give me 1 second. Sevastopol. I
No.
think that's what it is.
Is it?
Is it?
Maybe in the game. But not in the movie.
Nostromo. That was the ship of the original.
So.
Sevastopol. That's the space station's name. Sevastopol is the space station's name.
Okay, so in the space station there is around maybe 1,000 person.
Okay, it's just 1,000.
Well, maybe more.
So let's make, because think about it, 1,000 people. It is a lot of people. First of all, 1,000 people. Like think about it. Where we used to work, how many people worked with us just on our floor?
Like maybe 100.
Less than 100, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, like 100 is like oversimplifying, but you're right. Let's say 100 people, and that was a lot of people.
Yeah.
You know, I would go walk from my desk to your desk, and like,
you have to greet like 20 people.
Yeah, 20 people would be waving at you. You know, best thing to do: pretend you're on your phone. Pretend that you're arguing with your girlfriend or something. They tend to like leave you alone for that. But every single day I would walk up to, you know, fun fact, he started on the same floor as me, then he went a floor above, or beyond, sorry, he went a floor below. So instead of greeting 20, I had to greet 40 now. All right?
Yeah.
I had to greet 40 people.
Because I was directly under you.
That's right. He was always under me. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, but he changed apartments. That's why it was a little bit different. So, okay. So let's say 1,000 people. Okay, 1,000 is a decent amount. Okay, for one, because after all, in this scenario, it's only one alien.
Yeah, let's say it's a small space station.
Okay, it's a small space station. Now let's think this way. For how much time do you think it would take to get from one side to the other in a straight line? Because I suck at distances. I suck at math, by the way. All right? Like, I'm horrible at math. So,
let's see. If I remember in the game, it say that to get from one point to another in the space station, it's like 20 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Like walking. If there was a straight line, it would take them, 20 minutes?
Not even walking. They're in, like, the space elevator.
Oh, yeah. They had, like, a little tram system,
right?
right?
And it was, like, maybe 20 minutes from one place to another. So it's pretty huge.
So, like, walking, how long would you say? Because, like, 20 minutes by car.
So let's say it's a small space station, only 1,000 person. So basically it should take you like 1 hour to get from one side to another.
With traffic.
Yeah. Because you have to go through all the doors.
Oh, security as well.
Security.
Greet 40 people. Greet 40 people on your way there.
Yeah. So let's say 1 hour to get from one. No, it's not enough. 1 hour. Let's say 5 hours to get from one side to another.
Really?
1 hour. Imagine 1 hour. The alien doesn't have a lot of time to hunt you down.
Yeah.
Just 1 hour.
Just 1 hour?
You have 1,000 person to hunt down, and you're the one guy that he's gonna be.
So, alright, so
let's say 5 hours.
So from walking, you mean?
Yeah, walking.
Okay, walking. That makes a lot more sense. Because I did that once. I went from like PNF all the way to downtown. Fun fact, guys, you can Google this after, but we live in Montreal. So PNF, it's like Hochelaga Maisonneuve area. It's like pretty far. So it took me like 3 hours.
Yeah.
Like walking.
And it's not that big.
Yeah, it's not, and like for us, when you think about it, it's not that far. But like walking, when you take into consideration walking, it's a whole different game, guys.
Yeah. So it's basically the same thing.
Okay, so 5 hours to get from point A to point B.
Like street light, and you have all the cars.
That's true.
You have to wait. So it's basically the same thing. You have 40 people to greet, security to greet.
Security to greet, yeah. What are you doing here? Get out of my corner of the station.
Yeah, and you have to explain why you're going there.
Ah, that's true.
Because in the game, they don't know it's an alien, so they think it's a serial killer. So why are you, the strange guys,
that's
coming here?
Walking half across.
Yeah.
Have them walk across. All right.
So, why?
Okay. No, it's a really, really good point. Shit. Wow.
So first, you have to explain why you're going there. And if you say, let's say, you're the first guy that saw it, you're getting out of there.
Okay, so in this scenario, you saw the alien.
Yeah, you're the first one to see it. Okay?
Like, what? How come? Let's say that was a scenario. You can't tease people like that.
Okay. Well...
Okay, so we got a couple scenarios. Let's just recap real quick for people. So, scenario is, you're in a space station.
Yeah.
It takes you about 5 hours to get from point A to point B. Like, from one side of the station to the other.
Yeah.
Okay. In this scenario, we're also going to add the factor that you yourself saw the alien. So, no one else saw the alien.
No, you're the first one.
Okay, and do we also add the fact that so far, before you saw the alien, you just heard that there was a serial killer on board?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, continue.
So maybe some other saw it first, but they died. That's why.
Okay, that's why.
Yeah, no one
Other
saw
people,
it.
I'm sure they saw him before they died.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, maybe not.
Maybe not. Somehow. All right.
So let's see. So you saw it
Okay.
through a door, so it didn't see you, and you have to go. Now, are you leaving? Immediately, are you leaving, getting the fuck out of there and forgetting everything,
Okay,
or
so
do you tell others?
okay, so that's actually a really good point. Okay, because think about it this way: one bad thing about space is you can't just leave.
No.
You can't just like pack your bags and like within an hour get out of here. We're like right now we're in Montreal, so we're an island, so we can just grab any of the exits. By the way, I found out there was a tunnel like recently, thanks to you. You know, but we can. I have like 5 waves of getting off this island. Like I have like how many bridges? 6, 7 bridges. No, I have like 6
Yeah.
bridges.
So let's say you have.
But you're in space now, so you can't just pack your bags. And let's say that in this scenario, you're a mining colony somewhere. You're a mining station somewhere.
Yeah.
So you only get like one transport ship every what 6 months? Not even. Imagine once a year.
Let's say once a year.
Okay, once a year, or once every 2 years.
Let's say once a year.
Once a year. Okay. So let's just recap again. So you saw the alien itself. So you saw him killing someone, or you saw him like walking down the hallway type of stuff.
You just saw him walk. He didn't kill anyone in front of you, so you just saw it.
Okay,
You
so
were walking and you saw it. At the end
so I was taking a midnight nap. Sorry, it was midnight stroll.
Yeah.
And I just, but okay, so in this case, let's say that like there's like a mirror or whatever, not a mirror, but let's say you're like in the like
Through the door, like the small window in the door.
and the alien just pops out, looks at you, and says, "What's up?" and then walks away.
No, now you're dead.
You're dead.
So
Okay,
let's say.
so we just saw it. Let's
Yeah,
keep it
you're
vague.
walking. You're just looking through the window by the side.
And then you see, okay, so
you sit at the end of the room.
you see at the end of the room, but that's it. You don't. Do you see more of it? Or do you just see it? Like you know what it is? Do we know what it is? First of all, let's say we don't.
No.
Because in this universe, no one really knows, except if
No,
you're like
it's
high
killing
class.
everyone, but no one knows. So let's say you don't know what the fuck is that. You just see it clearly.
So you have an idea that it's not human.
Yeah, you know it's not human. You don't know what the fuck it is. So now you have two choices. Are you the one that's just trying to escape and forget everything, like, or do you tell others? And now, if you want to tell others, are you the guys that say, "Oh, I saw an alien in the ship"?
Like you become the space station's creep. You know, that one weirdo that has this weird story that no one believes.
Yeah, exactly. So now you're the one weirdo that saw an alien, and there's a serial killer.
All right.
So if you're trying to escape, first they're gonna think that you're the serial killer because you're the one trying to get the fuck out of there.
So I guess this goes back to whoever dealt it, smelt it. Whoever smelt it, dealt it. You know, the first one that farts and acknowledges
Yeah.
it. Okay, all right.
So basically, so now you have to leave. You have 5 hours to get there, and you have to explain to everyone on your way where the fuck you're going
Okay, so
and why.
let's say we're going. Let's for some reason say that there's a ship at the end of the station,
Yeah, the transport ship.
like on the
is there
scale, like
today.
a service one, like emergency one. All right, for X and Y reason.
It's your lucky day.
It's exactly. It's our lucky day. So it's your lucky day. You're getting from point A to point B. There's a ship. You know, there's only one in this scenario. There's only one alien. Okay.
Yeah, only one.
There's only one. So let's talk more about how we're getting there. So we see it. You said there's a dilemma right now. Do we tell people or do we just get out of there?
Yeah.
All right. So let's acknowledge the little bit harder one. So let's say you were trying to explain, because let's say you cared about these people because you've been working with them for like 5-6 years more.
Yeah, and
So-
you see no one else.
Exactly. You have friends. Okay, like I'll give you an example. I know you. If I saw an alien, first thing I would do is obviously try to take a picture and die. Okay, but at least I had a picture. No, I'm kidding. I would probably run. All right. So in this scenario, let's say you do care. You have a family. We're not gonna say family, but let's say you have friends,
Yeah, close friend.
close friends. Okay. So let's say your case. How would you try to tell someone? Like, let's say I don't exist in this universe. Okay. But you have friends or people you care about, so you do want them to live. How would you try to explain it?
Probably go with have no time to explain. Get in the plane. We have to go.
all right. So I think let's say it's 50-50. All right. Let's say half of those friends they do care. They take your word for it. and the other half don't. Let's say they know there's a serial killer, but from their point of view, it's man. It's a human being, and a human being can bleed and die like everybody else. Okay. We're gonna call him the head popper serial killer because for some reason he grabs a tool and he breaks people's heads. All right.
Yeah.
Like that's like it's like a serial killer that happens to have a very very specific tool that happens to break people's skulls open. All right.
Pretty much.
Pretty much, and sometimes they cut people in half. How? I don't know. All right. And apparently he likes to hiss like a cat.
Yeah.
All right. That's so it's a kitty killer. all right. So the serial killer there. So let's say half your friends, you know what, they care enough to actually trust you feel real. What about the other half? Because think about it this way, man. Let's say you're working there. This is your job, and remember, we talked about this briefly, but Weyland-Yutani is one employer. Do you really think you can, like, it's the only employer out there almost? So imagine you just leave your post. You just like grab a plane, leave. Imagine you getting a job afterwards. They're gonna look at you and be like, "Why? Why did you leave? How come you left? You know, we're not gonna hire you again if you're gonna do this again. Like, we're not gonna risk it." So let's say half of them don't want to leave. How would you convince them to leave?
I would probably not even try.
So you would give them a one shot. You would just be like, "Listen, guys,
one shot. I saw something. It was black, scary, killing people.
it was."
Do you want to leave with me? No.
Was it what kind of creature was it? Was it like a cat?
Yeah, so it's a big black thing.
Okay, half your friends would probably be kind of curious to see more of that.
So yeah.
Okay, so
How do you explain that?
Yeah.
I saw a big black thing. It keep hissing.
so you went black and you had to go back. What's going on?
You can
All
go back.
Okay, cool. All right, so in this scenario, let's say you said it yourself. So half of them are agreed that they take you very seriously. They're like, you know what, this killing has been going on for, let's say, I don't know, like a week. Okay, like 10 people died already.
Yeah.
A little bit more than that. Because think about it this way: in the original movie Alien, the aliens don't just go around killing 5-6 people in one shot. They're ambush predators, so they tend to wait for a guy to be alone, and then they go and grab him and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, and assuming that this alien here, there's no other alien, so he wants to preserve himself. Because remember in the second movie, they were just throwing themselves like ants. You know, they're throwing themselves, getting mowed down. They were just getting shot left and right. But in the first movie, they hide because they know that they need to hide. Okay? So in this universe, let's say that the alien is killing people. Only people that know it exists. You know, people that get in its way. That get too close. You know what I mean? Like a cat.
Yeah.
Like a cornered cat. I don't know why we're making this metaphor about cats. We're talking so much about cats now.
Yeah, because you keep hissing.
Yeah, because he was... All right? Maybe that's why they keep on getting killed. They're like, oh my god, there's a poor kitty hiding in the vents. And then it walks in and bam, gets killed.
Well, maybe it's hissing to let you go. No, to get the fuck out.
Oh, that's true. And then we do the opposite. We're so used to like hearing a kitty and run. And maybe the guy's like, oh, look, a free lunch. I don't know. I'm kidding. All right, so half of them, they do decide to follow you. All right, so you brought up a couple very, very interesting points. There's a serial killer going around. All of a sudden, you and like 6 other people are trying to cross the whole space station. And half those people should be working while doing this, right?
Yeah.
So imagine trying to explain that to a security guard on your way there. Oh, we're trying to go to that space station.
To
every security guard.
Because there's not just one. There's probably like 100 to go by.
And they're on the lookout for suspicious behavior.
Yes, because there's a serial killer. So you're a gang of 6 to 7 person leaving, freaking out, clearly.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to explain why do you want to leave the space station now?
And why the guy should let you even. Because I doubt he's going to let you do that.
No.
You can't just walk up to a security guard saying, hey, listen, I'm trying to go to the escape pod at the end of the ship. There's only like one.
For no reason?
For no reason.
I'm just trying to get the fuck out of here, you know? Just in case.
Just in case.
No.
All right, so how would you do it? Let's say we get to the first security checkpoint. Or, you know what? Think about it this way. Let's say, in this scenario, we're thinking too simple. We're thinking, you know what? We're taking the common route. So that means we're taking the transits. But technically, we could get... Like, I'll give you an example. In our island, we could take the highway, we could take the bridge, or we could swim. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's always a possibility. It's not the best option out there because we're gonna freeze and die, or we're gonna get carried by the current. You know?
Yeah, but now if you're using this swimming way, you're basically out of the space station and in space,
Oh yeah, for
trying
sure.
to get to the
So
other
in this
side.
case, let's say that we can't. We're okay. So let's put it this way: we're not gonna be taking the transport. So we're
Yeah.
not gonna be taking the main source. So it's not gonna take us. It's
From
gonna take us
point
longer
A to
even.
point B.
Exactly. It's not a straight line anymore.
Okay, so you have to go through many security.
So we're gonna try to, let's say, so in this case, let's try avoiding the security. All right.
Well,
So we're gonna take the air vents then.
you don't have to. You
Mhm.
just have to go see the guys and see. I saw the serial killer. It's over there.
And then it's like, okay, come with
It's
me.
that guys.
So you would like basically throw one random guy under the bus
Yeah, every time.
every time.
It's that one, guys.
You count how many security checkpoints there is, and then you're like, hey, here, I'll give you $20 if you follow me real quick. And then you take him there and you take him. All right, cool. So, okay, so just to recap real quick. So right now, there's a serial killer. It takes about 5 hours on foot to get from
Yeah.
point A to point B. And that's assuming there's a straight line.
Pretty
Okay?
much.
There's no straight line.
Nope.
So, again, you just to recap, so you got a couple of your friends. So let's say how many? 5 people in total. Let's round up to 5.
Yeah, 5. You're
Okay.
the 6th person.
Because you don't want to keep too many people take longer.
Oh yeah.
Because one thing that I do remember reading about survival, you want to keep the group smaller because bigger groups slow down and they use more resources. Imagine having to take a pee break every half hour. Okay?
And you have to explain why so many people are trying to escape.
And
at
you're
the
trying to
same
you're trying to
time.
be
Need to be
Okay.
discreet.
you could be discreet. So let's say you were 10 originally, and then you explain the situation. You break up apart. You're like, you're gonna go through the west side. I'm gonna go through the east side. We'll meet up at the end. Okay.
Okay.
Now, what else? So are we gonna purposely be avoiding the security at this point?
Probably not the first one. I will try to go by and see.
Try
if
to
I
see how far you can get.
Yeah, how far I can get. If I can throw someone under the bus to get by. If everything works, I be there in 5 hours.
Okay, if everything works.
So let's say that it doesn't, and you go to the first security guys, and he's like, "No, no fucking way. Go back to work."
Not even. He's like, go back to jail.
Yeah. So no, that's the worst case scenario. But yeah, let's say you go to the security guys, and he's just like, "You know what? You're pretty suspicious.
Okay.
You're fucked. You're in jail. The transport ship is leaving. The alien is killing everyone, and you're caught in a small cage, waiting for him to come."
Oh God. All right.
So, security guard came over.
Okay. So if we do end up getting captured by security guard, you said yourself it would be like game over, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. Perfect. So
Because
game.
you can't explain it. You can say, "Yeah, there's an alien in the ship." If you say that, you're either the crazy person, and he's gonna probably arrest you for that,
All right.
or he's not gonna believe you and tell you to just fuck off.
Okay, that's very interesting. So we're not gonna go to any security guard anytime soon.
No.
Okay, so we're not gonna go to the security guard anytime soon. So, well, actually, no. We will try at first to see how far we can get.
Yeah.
Would you ever commit murder? Because think about it. You've seen this creature. You've seen this been killing people. You know, survival instincts is very, very strong.
Yeah, but it's, you can't technically kill someone, because if you do, they're gonna arrest you, and you're gonna be blamed for everything that happened before.
Yeah.
So no, you can't kill anyone. If you kill people by trying to get from point A to point B, they're gonna be able to, like, well, he's getting this way because he's
they're gonna be able to
every
pinpoint.
fucking ping. Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna be able to see a pattern. Look, all of a sudden this guy's trying to, or not even. They can even assume at this point. They're like, okay, if I was a serial killer, I'm not gonna stay around.
No,
I'm gonna try to leave.
And now he's trying to escape, and he's killing everyone to get in his
So the
way.
escape pod. If anything, they're just gonna like block the escape pod, and that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're even fucked even more. Wow, who knew this was this was more complicated
So-
than we thought.
Yeah, you can't kill anyone. You can't tell everyone.
Okay, what about if you don't kill them, but you just tie them up, like you put them in an air vent?
Okay.
Would that be easier?
No.
Why?
But, well, the alien is in the air vent, so he's gonna kill the person.
And
for
then they're
you.
gonna blame you on it.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
and if people keep exasperating every 20 minutes, so it's gonna be suspicious.
All right, so
Why is Morris not at his spot?
hey, I thought Joe's turn was this weekend. He's
Yeah.
not here. Okay, cool.
So you can't kidnap anyone. You can't tell anyone because you're gonna be the crazy one.
Yeah.
Or you can kill.
Think about it this way: you say stuff like that. Okay, here's one good thing you pointed at. You tell someone, they don't believe you. But what if someone is listening that does know the truth,
You're gonna get arrested.
or worse?
Or worse.
So let's say now. Think about this. Well, let's say there's only one person, the administrator, and he's on the lookout for things like this.
Yeah.
And then you say, I saw this weird big black thing. Big black thing. Hissing.
Hissing.
Okay. And I saw the killer. Now, even if you do manage to escape, this information is already given. So they know your name. They know who you are. They know your history. And they know that you escaped. So you can't tell anyone either.
No.
Because the more you tell people, the more of the chances are that you're going to get killed, you're going to get arrested, or you're just going to disappear.
Yeah. So you have to escape without telling anyone, without killing anyone, kidnapping anyone. You can't steal the shit.
Well,
So
what if okay, let's say we could, because here's my argument for stealing the shit. Just fear. Human fear. I was nervous. I was scared for my life. There was a serial
Why?
killer. No, just you don't explain that you saw the killer. You just say that you're just scared. So you took the ship and you ran. Yes, you'll probably go to jail, but at least you're not gonna, disappear in a lab or anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So this is why it's interesting, because now with the scenario is completely more complex.
Yeah, because you're trying to save your life, not ruin it.
Exactly. You're trying to save your life. Okay? And I'll be honest, I'd rather be, it's okay. No. You know what? Let's just continue from this. So, you're trying to save your life. Okay? You're trying to save your life. You know there's an alien. You've seen it. So you know who the serial killer is. You can't tell anyone,
Well,
because
you can assume.
you can assume.
Yeah, because you're not sure. You didn't see it kill anything.
Oh, yeah. You could just be imagination as well.
Yeah.
You could be thinking, maybe I'm just imagining things.
Yeah.
So okay, so let's oversimplify. I'm not going to go into too much detail right now, because we're going to go as we progress. Okay, but here's a couple things we're going to have to do. We can't talk about it because we know that if we talk about it, But think about it this way. I just made a one major flaw right now in this scenario. We assume we knew someone that knew what it was, because if we were an employee, we wouldn't know. From our point of view, we're the first ones to ever discover the species.
Yeah.
But in the universe, in the alien universe, they've known about this for years.
Yeah.
So
Because of the movie.
Because of the movie.
Prometheus. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So you know what? Let's start from the top. So you're walking down your shift. You went to the bathroom. It was clogged. So you go to another bathroom, somewhere you don't normally go, like Sector B. Okay, because that's not your sector. It just happens to be a sector that we use for storage and whatever. So you have the midnight diarrhea. Okay, you wake up. First of all, for some reason, there's no bathroom in your room. Okay, so you wake up and you're going to Sector B to go take a dump, to drop a big black load. All right, maybe that's where the background for the black goo came. Who knows?
Yeah.
All right, so you're in the middle of the night. You hear a hissing noise. You're screaming.
Yeah.
You go down the hallway. You see a guy getting killed by the alien.
Oh, fuck that. I'm running out.
Just
I'm
run out.
not telling anyone. I'm just running.
You do know that in the game, if you do that, that's like the easiest way to die. Because
Yeah.
you make noise and the alien's going to run after you. Trust me, it's faster than you.
Basically, it's like 7 or 8 feet tall.
Oh, yeah. 7 or 8 feet tall, that's true. All right, so in this scenario, let's oversimplify it. You saw the killer. You saw the alien kill someone, but it was way far ahead. Like, it was down a hallway or something like that.
Okay. Through a door. So basically, it's very far away.
Okay, it's far, it's night, it's dark, it's big, it's black, it's 12-inch jaw. 12-inch jaw.
Yeah, so 7, 8.
Okay, so it's got a 12-inch mouth inside its mouth.
So
What's your first reaction? Panic, obviously.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, so the background is we knew there was a serial killer.
Yeah.
Now you've seen what killed it, but you're not 100% sure because you've never seen this before. If I saw a weird alien down the street, I wouldn't automatically be like, yeah, that's obviously real. That's obviously an alien.
No, yeah, because it could be someone just wearing a costume.
We grew up with Scooby Doo, so for as far as we know, it's a guy wearing a costume.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's probably the admin too.
It's probably the admin too. All right, cool. The overseer. All right. So first action is we run away. Like I personally would just like see that and then I would walk away like fast, like walk.
Yeah, I would probably hide and crawl, and cry, and then run.
Okay, so probably not. I would do that maybe not in that order, but pretty close. I'd probably cry first, but okay. So, okay, let's say in this scenario you get away for sure.
Yeah.
One thing is for sure, you get away. Okay, so you saw this big black creature with a 12-inch mouth inside his mouth.
Yeah.
Stab someone from like I don't know down the hallway, but you're far enough to like make your way. Like let's say you run backwards and like there's hallways and then the elevator. You take an elevator. You're far away. Okay, so you made it out. What do you do then?
Well, I would probably run away.
Just run away like that.
Yeah.
So you will make your way to the escape.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, let's see something. So you would try to make your way. Okay, so first instinct is to flee. I agree with that. Okay, like we're not gonna go in. You're not Rambo. You're not gonna run in. Okay.
Yeah, you're not gonna run everywhere trying to tell everyone.
Okay. Now at this point, let's say you're in the elevator. You're safe. That's another fact. You're safe. The creature is in the basement somewhere. Okay. What's your next move? Do you make your way to the escape pod? First of all, is that really the first thing you think? Because for all you know, there might also be the hope that this thing can be killed, right?
Yeah. So we'll probably go see a security guard or something first because
you would go up and say, okay, because remember again, guys, this is where I sidetracked the entire thing. We made the assumption we knew someone knew what it was.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's a natural human thing. You see a big black thing in the dark with a 12-inch mouth that stands 7 feet tall. Okay, we're not making any assumptions here. We're talking about the alien, just to make sure everybody understands. Okay. If you see a 12-inch, if you see you said 12-inch thing, I'm like, I don't know what you're doing, but okay. So yeah, so you run up to a guard. So let's say you see a guard. You see a security guard, Joe Mendez. Okay, we'll call him Joe.
Pretty much. Simple guys.
Simple guy, and he's not. And remember, this is a space station, so not gonna be carrying like heavy guns or anything. It's probably like a baton,
and you probably know
a pistol at best, and you probably know him too. You probably had dinner with his sister a couple times.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see him every day.
You see him every day, so you go up to the security guard that you see often. So you walk up to him. How do you explain it? Pretend I'm the security guard. How would you say, I was in the dark, I saw this big black thing,
and I ran.
So how would you describe it? How would you present this?
Well, I would probably say that I saw something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what it is, but it's killing someone, so it's basically...
So you basically would say, hey, listen, I think I found a serial killer. It's this black thing with a 12-inch...
Yeah, exactly. Okay. We'll probably say that I'm not sure if it's human or not, because...
So you would emphasize the fact that it didn't look human.
Yeah, because I don't know if it's a human or not.
It just didn't look natural.
Yeah.
Okay.
And 7 and 8 feet tall.
Yeah, you could tell it's 7 8 because I think when space stations like that, everything is compact.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So it's pretty general.
It's taller than you, that's for sure. Because you're already a tall guy. You're like 6'3". I think you're a little bit taller than me. You're like 6'3". I'm 6'2".
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's basically taller than me.
And you're already tall.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to go see Joe Mendez, which sound like a small man.
all right. So let's say he's 6 feet. Okay, so you're taller than him.
So I'm telling him that I saw a black thing taller than me in the dark, killing someone, and I'll probably have to tell him where.
Maybe. And do you think he might ask you to show him?
Yeah, he might ask me to show him.
Would you do it?
No, fuck no.
Okay, so okay.
Do you want a plan?
You want me to draw it to you?
Do you have a pen and paper? I can draw you a plan.
Okay. So listen, I'm not a cop or anything, so I'm just gonna play the role, and you can help me out in this as well. So, if you were Joe right now,
I'm Joe Mendez.
Joe Mendez.
Okay, I'm Joe Mendez.
5'9".
5'9".
5'9". All right. Yeah, he loves cats.
He loves cats.
So
Have two cats.
he has two cats. All right, cool. No, but I'm serious. So think about it this way: if you were Joe and you're not a cop, remember you're security.
Yeah.
So you know Garda, for us it's Garda.
Yeah, you're basically pay.
You're paid watchman. Your job is not really to do anything except just observe and report. So you're a mob cop.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure there's gonna be, like, you know, in the game itself there's marshals, okay, which are legit, you know, hand in hand with the law system. But in this case, Joe is just a security guard, okay. His job is to break up fights by telling him stop, or else I'm gonna call the cops.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. So you go up to Joe. You're like, Joe, I saw this big black thing in the dark. It scared me. Okay. And I'm a tall guy.
I'm a tall guy.
I cried a little bit.
It was taller than me.
It was taller than me. And it made a hissing noise.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a cat.
Like a cat. And you explain to him. So let's say at this point, Joe, he's a guy you know. Because let's be honest here. We've worked, for a little background on what we did, we worked with a lot of customers. So a lot of times when a customer calls us and tells us something, we tend, sometimes depending on the situation and how they're worded, we tend to give them the benefit of the doubt. But a lot of times we also don't. Like, if they tell me something that doesn't make sense, I just go like, whatever. Okay?
Yeah.
Because experience has taught me otherwise.
You're already trying to see, like, what else is going on.
Exactly. Like, I like to give the benefit of the doubt to everybody, even though it sounds incredible and dumb.
Yeah.
I still give them the benefit of the doubt, but not everyone's going to do that. Okay, so let's say in this case, Joe, because he's known you. Remember, this is a small space station. Joe knows you.
Yeah, you know you're not the type of guy
that to make up crazy stories and you're not gay. I mean, sorry, what?
Sorry, what?
What? Oh, so he knows that
Joe
you don't. Joe Mendes? Gay? Okay, so he knows you're not the type of guy to make crazy stories like this. Okay, you're not a liar. You dated his sister at some point. Okay, and everything like that.
Yeah.
All right. So, in this case, let's say Joe believes you. Again, another fact.
Yeah.
Okay. Because he could always just not believe you at all. It sounds too good to be true. Sounds weird. He might even look at you with suspicion.
Yeah.
Okay, but in this case, let's just simplify and say he does believe you. If you were Joe, what's the next step?
Probably report it.
Report it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's say Joe does report it, and the first thing that he does is his supervisor contacts, you know, because remember, we used the keyword here. There's a serial killer on the loose. You saw him in the middle of the night. Well, I guess it's always night in space. Killing someone. So the first thing the supervisor would do is check it out, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think he will but it was something that serious, he would report it to the cops. I think the cops would be doing this, the checking it out.
Not you.
Not you.
You're gonna be
reporting. That's it. Joe's just gonna be reporting.
Yeah.
Okay. So next step is they would want to ask you questions as well.
Yeah. So you're gonna be
be standing there. You're going to be on hold on ice with Joe while he holds your hand and tells you it's going to be fine.
Yeah.
Not saying personal experience, but okay. So at that point, let's fast forward a little bit. Let's fast forward. But think about it this way. You're also jumpy at this point too.
Yeah.
Have you ever been scared? Are you really going to stand there for more than 2 minutes? No. Your instinct is going to be to run. But you have a friend now.
Yeah. And he's a security guard. So
and you have more or less a little more security sense.
Yeah. So you're not going to panic as much.
Okay, so at that point, let's say we wait 20 minutes, an hour, at best an hour.
Yeah, they sent the team.
They send the marshals, which are the cops.
Never came back. No.
No. I think the first thing they'll do is come see you.
Yeah.
No, there would be two teams. One that goes to check out the place, and the other one to come talk to you.
Yeah.
So let's say the one that goes to check out the place is simultaneously, for some reason. Let's say they have to go through you first. In this scenario, there's an elevator shaft, and it has to go through you first. Okay? So first thing they do is split it. There's like two cops. Let's assuming that this is a standard, you know, service. There's two cops, space station police. They stop you and they're like, okay, the first guy's like, I'm gonna go in the basement with Joe, and you, on the other hand, you're gonna talk to the first cop.
Okay? Yeah.
And you know how cops are. They don't go one. They send more and more people. That's why it's backup. The first team arrives, and there's another team that arrives.
Yeah.
All right, so in this case, there's a serial killer, so they will need more than one person. So let's say two guys are on their way, two guys are there, and two other guys are on their way as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first cop is going in the elevator with Joe, and the other cop is asking you questions. How would you, like, and let's see, what kind of questions would you ask first of all, you saw this?
If I'm the cop?
Yeah. How big was it?
Well, they're probably gonna ask the same thing like everywhere.
Like Joe, like
Yeah.
how when did you see it? How long?
Yeah.
Why were you there?
Like what, when, why?
Why? How big? How
Yeah.
black? You know.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, and there's probably gonna ask, why did you run?
Yeah. Why did you run?
Did you
Okay.
try anything?
Why didn't you help the guy?
Yeah.
You
So
know,
you saw someone get killed and you just
you just
ran
didn't
away.
run away. Was there anyone else to prove that what you saw there?
Yeah.
Okay.
So no, exactly. No one else was there. So let's say the second team get there and they only find a corpse.
Or even worse, they don't find anything. They just find blood.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
worse.
And they're asking you, who was the guy? You don't know.
You don't
didn't
know.
get close.
It's just guys.
It's just a guy. You saw a guy somewhat. But the blood is the only thing that's going to give you, like, benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
Okay?
They know someone was killed again.
Or maybe someone was just hurt.
Mm,
Maybe it was there before you got there.
mm,
Who knows?
they're pretty messy.
Pretty okay, you're right. They're really messy.
Yeah.
So let's say they do find a decent amount of blood that looks like someone might have been hurt. Okay?
Yep.
So in cases like this, let's, again, make another assumption here. The alien doesn't show up and kill everybody right away.
No, because there are two.
There are two. And remember, the alien hunts one by one. And there's only one in this space station.
Yeah.
Okay? So, perfect. So in this case, what would you think would be the next step? Like you personally, like the cop tells you, you know what, we didn't find any bodies, There's no proof to keep you in or anything like that.
They're probably gonna tell you to go back to work and they're gonna investigate and pretty
Okay.
much go like every other person that died before.
They're just gonna not find a body.
Yeah.
And let's assume all the bodies here, some of them, let's say there was 10 bodies, 5 of them were dead, the other 5 weren't. They weren't found. 5
Yeah.
people are missing and stuff like that.
So it's just another one.
Just another cop. So, okay, so in this case, let's make this a little bit interesting. Let's fast forward this like a week.
A week later.
A week later. Okay, you're still shaken up. You haven't heard anything of this. There hasn't been another
Yeah.
murder.
No one else saw it.
No one else saw it.
So
And remember, it takes a while for someone to be reported missing.
yeah.
Because, for example, if someone is gone, like if my friend doesn't pick up his phone in an hour, I'm not going to call the cops. I'm going to be like, he's probably taking a shit or something. You know, very constipated shit.
Yeah.
So it takes a while before someone gets reported. And in this space station, let's assume it works like every other company. You can take a sick day.
Yeah.
Or
Maybe
you can-
3.
Or maybe 3.
But then you still have
Except
to,
that it's small. So maybe let's round it up. Let's simplify it. Because everybody knows each other there. And because you are, let's say it works like a company where you can take a sick day or allowed it a number of sick days, it will take about a day or two before someone gets really reported missing. Because even if you're sick, your friends would still come up. Your coworkers they might live next to you for all you know.
Yeah.
They might have a room next to you, so they might walk up and knock on your door and be like, "What's going on?" So let's say it takes about 2 days. Let's round up to 2 days.
Yeah, max.
Because I'll be honest, I might knock on your door, but for all I know, you might be to the hospital or somewhere. You might be in the clinic.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why you're not home
Or working.
or work. But let's round it up, generalize it to like about 2 to 3 days
2
before
days.
you get reported yet. Because let's say your girlfriend, and you know your girlfriend, you would obviously be more interested to know why she's not there.
Yeah.
Okay. In some cases, it might just be a loner, so no one might not notice for a while. So let's say 2 days to simplify it.
Could be a minors too.
It could be mine. Yeah. Who knows?
Yeah.
So it takes 2 days before anyone gets reported lost in general. So what? It's been 7 days. So that's how many people reported missing. 2, 4, 6. So like 3 people have gone missing in a week. And for all you know, they're not even dead. They're just missing.
Yeah.
Maybe they're just plain hokey. Maybe they're just banging
Or
secretary.
they all left together.
Or they're all left together. Or maybe they're all doing some underground fight club. Who knows?
Yeah.
All right. So 3 people in a week. There haven't been. Let's assume in this case there haven't been a body, or out of 3 people, maybe 1 body. Okay.
Yeah.
First of all, we can't correlate that one person is also missing with the other 2 people. It could be 3 different incidents, or it could just be one giant case.
Yeah.
All right.
And the only thing they know is that one random guy saw a big black thing killing someone.
So at this point, do you think the cops will be a little bit more curious to know more about your situation? Because think about it this way: you're the only guy that has seen anything.
Yeah, you're the only suspect.
You're the only suspect. For all they know, you could just be trying to cover your tracks.
Yeah.
Okay.
With.
Because think about it this way: 1 person dead, 2 people missing. maybe these 2 people
On
are
top of all the others.
on top of the other ones, on top of the 10 other people. So, and remember, missing and dead are 2 different scenarios. Maybe the guy's hurt, maybe the guy's drunk, maybe he just doesn't want to work anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it doesn't mean that's the same person taking handling all 3. So let's fast forward this a week, and you are lost. Like, let's say you get a call from the cops again. They want to ask you questions. They're like, you know what? You're the only person that's seen this. They ask you questions again. They bring you into the space station, the police, and they start interrogating you. And remember, this is Weyland-Yutani. Okay? Yeah, they're not going to be as generous.
Yeah, and they know.
And like, yeah, we know this, you and I, but like in the universe, you don't. You
No,
surely
yeah,
don't.
I don't.
Yeah, okay.
But they do.
But they do. So, one thing. Okay, so let's make a little sidetrack here. Let's assume that they don't know themselves, but the boss of the cops knows.
Yeah.
So he's like, you know what? Ask him more questions. He knows something we don't. Ask him more questions.
Yeah, because he knows that there is a big black thing killing some people.
Okay. So the cops don't know. All they know is that their boss is like, we have a hint that he might be the killer, interrogating more. So they bring you in, to tickle your balls with a lighter. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
At this point, wouldn't you feel paranoid? Wondering why the cops are constantly hounding you?
No, because you're the only one that saw something.
So you automatically go like, the reason why they're talking to me this much is because I'm the only one that saw anything.
Yeah.
Right? So you don't feel like there's a force behind this.
No.
Anything. Okay, perfect.
Why would I?
Exactly, we don't. Okay?
Yeah.
So, in this case, let's say that as you're talking, the cop says, we're going to go down memory lane. They grab you, they handcuff you, and they're like, bring us back to where you saw this murder. We want to see this again.
Yeah, but he's probably not there anymore, so...
Yeah, the alien could be anywhere in the space station. Alright?
Yeah.
Now, you go back to the space station, you go back again, and on your way there, you get a call saying that someone just got found dead. And it was near where you found the body. Let's assume again. Because remember, the aliens also have their hunting grounds. You know what I mean? Like, they're like cold, dark place. So, one thing they notice is that they use the air vents to travel, but they tend to have, like, one little place. So, at this point, you know, the alien is traveling, but he finds, for some reason, let's just say by odds and chances, the alien actually, you know, goes back to the same place. They get a call. They're like, we found a dead body. One of the cops leaves. The other cops takes you with him. Okay? How would you feel going back to the place where you saw the big black thing?
Well...
It's been a week.
Yeah.
Still
and you have the cop with you.
Yeah.
So...
Remember, this is not a space mall. Space mall security guard. This is a cop.
Yeah, this is a cop. Marshall. So...
Okay. So let's say you go there.
You bring them... Yeah, you go there.
Show him the stuff. Nothing happens. You leave. The cop lets you leave.
Alone?
Alone. Yes, alone.
Fuck.
Okay. You go back home the next morning. Knock, knock, knock on the door. Cops arresting you. They say, the guy that was with you, he disappeared.
The cop?
Yeah.
Huh.
So now you're the main suspect.
No, you're not just a suspect anymore.
Yeah, you're the only guy. Okay?
Yeah.
So let's theoretically say in this case, you know what? How would you feel? Like that another cop disappeared, there's dead bodies and stuff like that. Would you at that point say, fuck it, I'm leaving the space station?
You can't.
You can't.
You're getting arrested. So.
You're getting arrested. Alright, so you like again, let's just say the cop, let's rewind time a little bit. Cop didn't disappear, but at this point there's been more murders, there's more bodies, there's more and more bodies now. The alien's being more and more less, he's realizing, you know what, these guys are easy. There's no security. There's no threat.
Yeah.
You know, he's now killing, and like at first he was killing out of survival, but now he's realizing, you know what, I am the apex predator here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because he is.
He is. And realizes there's no threat to me. I can kill for sport if I want to.
Yeah.
So now he's expanding.
But are they sentient?
What do you mean?
Well, they don't really think. They're more like ant. So he would probably keep just killing for survival until he get an order from his queen to move along.
So he's killing. He's like, but at this point, let's say because of the death toll, security guards are now expanding to travel areas they would normally travel. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and they would probably lock everything.
They would probably do stuff like that too. Because think about it this way. Let's say there was a killer in the woods. Let's give a parenthesis here. There's a killer in the woods. You know people are disappearing in these woods. The reason these people were disappearing is because every once in a while a guy would go in these woods.
Yeah.
But now that you know people are disappearing in those woods, there's obviously going to be more people going in these woods to find out why.
Yeah. And no, you're probably gonna lock this wood to make
Yeah,
sure
you
that
make
no
sure no
one
one
else
else
goes
goes
there
in there.
because everyone that goes there die.
Exactly. So they see the pattern. So let's say at some point they realize that everybody below a certain
Sector
level,
D.
Sector D,
I have a big black thing in
There's
it.
a big black thing in there. Okay.
So yeah.
So at some point, let's say more and more people are like cops and security malls are going in there, and they're realizing that a lot more people are going there and disappearing. Okay. Here's what's gonna happen. First of all, like anything else, people are gonna find out about it. Joe's gonna tell someone, "Oh, you know what? I saw this other guy the other day who was telling me about this." Then 2 weeks later, more people are disappearing. People start making rumors or whatever.
Yeah, because probably at least someone else saw it at this point.
Yeah, maybe some people might have seen something or heard
Yeah.
something like that.
So
I
now,
did remember hearing some hissing noise coming from whatever,
yeah, this vent.
this vent.
I was taking a dump and the vent over me was hissing.
Oh yeah, damn. That must have been a good dump to scare that off.
Yeah.
You know?
So basically, everyone that saw something or heard something will come forward because they will say, "Well, you know, the guy was saying he heard or saw something. Well, maybe he was right because I saw something too."
Yeah, or maybe people won't just maybe a correlation. You know, they
Yeah.
might just be, "Oh, you know, I think I heard a hissing sound, but for real, it was just a vent." You know,
Yeah.
a door squeaking.
And now panic.
Yeah, panic is true. So good point. So that was actually my next point. So panic at this point sets in. People are realizing, you know what? More and more people are disappearing because all these security guards are going towards Sector D. More and more of them are disappearing. And there's families and friends. So the cops, obviously, like the security is going to be like, no, everything's under control. That's the first thing they're going to say.
Yeah.
But you know Joe, for example, and you personally see Joe disappear. He's gone. You knock at his door, his wife is like, he's been gone for like a week. Nah. Last time he went to Sector D with the cops, now he's gone. How would you feel at this point?
Probably panic and run. Would do the same thing as everyone else. Would just run, scream.
Around in circles and scream.
No, but I would try to leave because I know what I saw, and now it's getting
It's getting out of hand.
getting
Okay.
out of hand, and I know it. Like I might not have been sure of what I saw the first time, but now everyone is getting killed, so run. Like you need to run.
Okay, so we went through this earlier about how it takes about 5 hours to get from point
You're
A to
not
point
gonna
B.
get anywhere.
Because you're the suspect now, remember?
Yeah, you're the suspect. So you're stuck in Sector D,
Oh, God.
and you're fucked.
All right, so let's say you really want to get out, and this is another fact, okay? And you do know you can't take the public routes because the security guard and everybody knows. Everybody
Yeah.
knows you. They know your name
In Sector D.
in Sector D. Okay, but now the whole space station has a file on you saying this is the only guy that witnessed anything.
Yeah. Prime suspect.
Prime suspect. All right. Now, let's say for some reason your job is an engineer. You know there's an escape pod down there.
Yeah,
Across the
let's
space
say.
station. Okay. There's a little ship that they use for emergency extractions, like and
Yeah,
someone is
or
like
just like working outside of the space.
exactly just and there's another space station like 2 days from here.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, how would you make your way there? Because again, this is another fact. You convince yourself. You know people are gone. You want to run.
Yeah. Did we see it escape through a vent?
No.
Or no.
We don't know.
It was just standing there
just standing
killing someone.
Giving them a big hug
So
with a 12-inch
yeah,
mouth.
in the mouth.
Mhm.
Okay, so yeah, you're trying to escape. You know the way out. You know that
So
you have to go through a vent.
exactly. So at this point, let's just speed this up a little bit. It's been 2 weeks. People are dying left and right. Okay, now it's no longer just Sector D. This creature realized people are going into my domain. I need to travel. I need to leave the sector. So he's trying to find a new home. He's traveling and he's murdering people on his way. At
Yeah,
random. Half
pretty
of them
much.
are murdered. The other one is disappearing. Because again, it takes about 2 days for someone to be declared missing.
Yeah.
Okay. So now everybody's going to Sector D. All the cops are going to Sector D. The alien is freaking out because there's more and more people going into his house. He's finding a new house. So he's making his way. We don't know where it is. He's just making his way.
It's just
What would you do? You want to leave the space station. You're an engineer. You know that there's a spaceship down the line. Like there's a ship down the other side.
I would make my way there.
Sorry. Okay, so how would you make your way there? We talked about public transit. We can avoid your main suspect.
Well, if I'm the engineer of this space station, I know my way around, so I would just...
That's another thing. Also, remember one thing about the alien universe is that people knew their place.
Yeah.
They have maps of the whole place.
Yeah. So basically, I would just be making my way there.
Okay. Would you, again, $1 million question, would you be using a sensor? Motion sensor? Because they kind of built one in the game. And in the...
Yeah.
Would you... What about weapons? Let's talk... Before we jump there, before we leave your home, before you leave your apartment, okay? What would you do? Food, rations, weapons? Would you try to arm yourself?
No.
No?
I would take food and water and stuff like that, but if I'm the prime suspect and I'm just there walking around with my gun,
oh yeah,
there's a good.
So there's no guns in the space station. There's maybe like 10 pistols.
Yeah, okay. So let's have a big hatchet in my hand.
Okay, so you make a.
So you're the guys that's killing people.
Yeah, people are not going to be asking themselves, why are you walking around with a hatchet?
So yeah, no weapon.
Okay, so no weapon at all. Okay. Shit, that's a lot more. Think about it.
Anyway, it's like 7 or 8 feet tall. So what am I gonna do with my small hatchet?
All right, so no weapons. Maybe some granola bars.
Yeah. Or space granola bar, something small.
All right. Some granola bars. So, what do you do? How do you get out?
Just
to walk down the hallway.
Yeah, I walk down.
So you try to make your way there.
Yeah, ignore everyone. Just say hi. Continue my way.
Okay.
I'm not stopping. I'm not talking to anyone. I'm just leaving the fuck out.
All right. So what if at some point someone asks you, what are you doing? Like, not a security guard, just a random guy. Ignore
I'm gone to work. Ciao.
Gone to work. What if...
I'm the engineer, so you know what? Have to go do something like over there.
Alone.
Alone.
All right, so at that point, let's say you're halfway there, and you hear the alien. Like you hear hissing noise, you hear like clanking noise.
And I'm alone.
You're alone.
There's no one else.
No one else.
I run.
You start running.
Yeah.
You start running right away.
Yeah.
You bolt.
Yeah.
Do you try to hide?
No.
Just run.
I'm running.
How far?
As far as I can.
As far as you can. Now, at some point, let's say you run down the hallway, you run into a cop.
Yeah.
He asks you to stop. What are you doing? Why are you running?
Late to work.
You would literally be like, I'm late to work.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say, I saw the black thing again. No. No fucking way. Last time I was held for like 3 days. It took me 1 week to get back to home. Like
Oh boy.
I'm leaving, man.
Oh boy. Okay.
I'm late to work.
Alright.
There's an emergency. I'm the engineer. What do you want more?
Oh god. Okay, so let's say at some point it's standard protocol for him to... Let's assume again that at some point he knows who you are because your picture is all over the place.
Yeah.
Like all the cops know. Do you try to fight him? Do you try to get away?
No, I'm just gonna tell him. I'm the engineer. There's an emergency.
And he calls in. He's like checking up. He's like, "Hey, don't move. I'm gonna call dispatch right now."
Yeah, there's probably an emergency somewhere.
Somewhere. Oh, for sure. But then they're gonna be like, "Okay, this guy's not assigned to that emergency. Matter of fact, he's been missing for like 3 hours."
Well, if I hear that, I'm just gonna clock him.
Okay, so you try to clock and run away.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's say in this scenario,
So I roll my dice. 20.
20
Knock out.
kind of
Running out.
So let's say in this scenario, fine, the cop leaves you. He's like, "It's an emergency. You leave."
Yeah.
Okay.
I keep running.
So at this point, you would just keep running for the next 4 hours.
Yeah.
Wow.
I run as far as I can.
What if you see the alien again? Let's say like 20 minutes away from the space station, you see the alien.
From the spaceship.
No, he's like walking towards you.
Well, I'm gonna run the other way.
Okay, you run the other way, you run into an engineer, he's like, why are you running? And then the alien grabs the engineer and he starts killing him in front of you.
I run back the way I came.
You keep running.
Yeah, well,
And hoping that you run into another guy.
yeah, not in this way because clearly the alien is there. So I'm gonna run the other way where I came back to the spaceship.
So at this point, you don't talk to anyone. You don't. Not that's
Fuck
just,
that.
okay.
I try. I did my part.
You did your part. Okay. So okay, another fact here. God bless Jesus or whatever. You survived. You made it into the ship. You ran away.
Well,
But here's the issue.
first,
though.
let's say I'm in front of this ship. And there's 2 or 3 people there.
Yeah. Okay. Let's start. I was gonna ask something. I was gonna point something else. So you get there. There's like 2 guys working inside the ship.
Yeah,
What do you do?
I tell them.
Tell them what?
Yeah, I tell them, man, hey, there's an alien. If you don't believe me, go there, man. 20 minutes. Go there, 20 minutes, you're gonna be able to find something or die. Either one of those 2.
Holy fuck. Okay, so fine. They leave you alone on the ship. There's only one issue. You're an engineer, you're not a pilot.
Fuck that, man. I'm an engineer.
You're
I
gonna
can
learn
do
how to
anything.
fly.
I learn how to fly. It's in space. What's the worst that can happen? I'm not gonna crash anywhere. At least not for now. So I'm just running and pilot my ship out of there.
Alright, so you get in the ship. For some reason, there's an autopilot. You enter the coordinates. It takes you to the other space station.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's say that you somehow make it to the other space station. The other space station is asking, why the fuck are you here? Why?
Dude, I'm crazy.
You're crazy.
Yeah, I'm crazy, man. I can go back there.
So don't you think the first thing they'll try to do is bring you back to the old space station?
No.
Why not?
Why?
That's
don't
your space
need.
station.
Yeah, but they will call the cops, and the cop will come there. And then they're just gonna say, oh, well, you were the prime suspect, but everyone else is dead, so you're pretty much the only one survivor, so you can't be the killer if you're not there.
Okay, so let's think from the cop's point of view real quick. Okay? Now, ideally, they're not going to drag you back if they don't have to. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, they're gonna keep you there.
they're going to keep you on the space station, the new space station's gel. Okay? But, again, there's no point in them bringing you back to the old one.
No.
They could if they wanted to, but like,
Yeah.
it's a waste of resources.
So I just tell them, you know what? I'm not the killer, and if you want to be sure, just keep me here, man. Wait 3 days and call back. Someone else will be dead. It won't be
Oh, what if they say it's a group thing? They're like, maybe there's more than one serial killer.
me. Maybe.
Who's your partner?
But I'm not there, so it can be me.
Oh, maybe you killed 1, 2, 5 guys.
Maybe. But you can prove it, so...
Okay. So, all right. So we're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it simple there for now. All right.
No, I'm leaving.
You're leaving.
I ask, you know what? If you don't need me here anymore, just send me back to Earth, and that's it. Don't even need to pay me. Let me leave. That's it, man.
Oh my god. Wow.
And then they find the space station a few weeks later. Everyone's dead. And that's it, man. I'm the sole survivor.
Sole survivor.
The one that ran away.
The one that ran away.
Yeah.
All right. So that's interesting, man. So
Pretty much the bad guys in the story.
So at the end of the day, who's the bad guy? The alien or you? You know.
Yeah. Pretty much left everyone there. So.
All right, so it's not that bad then. So we're gonna cut it there because I think you have to leave soon, right? What's 12:30?
Yeah.
Okay, not a problem at all. So we're gonna keep it there, but just want to say, man, that was a really good talk. You managed to survive the alien universe.
Yeah. The big black thing.
The big black thing in the dark. So all right, so that was a good subject. So today we're gonna cut it here. We're gonna end, but I want to say, Kevin, it was awesome, and hopefully hear from you again, man.
What's the name of the channel again?
All right, don't worry, man. You can cut it. It's all good. Thanks, man.